Are you just gonna leave him in there?
What do you want me to do? Let him out, introduce him to the police commissioner, invite him to dance?
Dexter Resurrection, Episode 10, and Justice for All. I thought it was a solid finale, although admittedly I was a bit disappointed by the fact they stuck to the generic formula. Not that it wasn't extremely well done within that context, but the thing of it is, Dexter Resurrection on the whole has been the highest quality Dexter since the first 4 seasons. So I guess maybe I was hoping for a bit of a twist, one which left Dexter in a cliffhanger bind that carried over into the next season, but I understand why that didn't happen, probably at least in part because they may not have had the creative freedom to go beyond the self-contained season. The way the story played out, they had the potential to end on the unexpected, but in the end, they played it safe with the story. They stuck to the formula, tried and proven. Prater is undoubtedly my favorite Dexter big bad since Trinity, and I cannot praise the performance of Peter Dinklage enough. He was simply fantastic, and that was true throughout the entire season of Dexter Resurrection. Prater was, however, such a tremendous big bad that I believe he will be an extremely tough act to follow. They had this perfect Dexter big bad for where they are in the timeline, and it just feels like they killed him off exactly when his story was becoming super interesting. Prater was almost like a classic Bond villain in these last 2 episodes, and it was glorious. Even the final showdown between Dexter and Prater had a bit of a Bond Goldfinger kind of vibe. Of course, Dexter emerged triumphant, Prater is no more, and Dex even got the opportunity to dump a body right near the Statue of Liberty. Now don't get me wrong, I thought the ending was very well done, and the season on the whole far exceeded that of New Blood, and I say that as someone who thoroughly enjoyed the ending of New Blood. Every step of Dexter's escape and ultimately his victory, it was well done in an almost vintage Dexter way, where quick thinking and good fortune have always played a role in his fate, and this has been widespread throughout the entire Dexter franchise. It was on display again here, but I still can't shake the feeling that they pulled the rug out from under our feet, and that the Prater story could have gone much deeper. I suppose it still might, as Dexter has a handful of files he can utilize and learn from. One of the very best things about Dexter Resurrection, much to my surprise, is that they did a far better job with the father and son bond between Dexter and Harrison. In New Blood, it was often difficult to become invested in that fledgling family bond. I thought Jack Alcott was very good in New Blood, and I have no doubt he was doing what the directors asked of him. But here in Resurrection, I thought his overall performance translated much better and far more effectively. The growing bond that developed between Dexter and Harrison exuded superior chemistry, the story allowed for the stakes to be higher, and as a result, it was much more fun to become invested in their story. This time around, I think fans, myself included, cared more about Harrison's fate than was the case in New Blood. Props to Jack. Well done. Incidentally, one of my absolute favorite parts of the finale was the way Harrison went back to Gigi and never missed a beat. He had a gun held to his head, life in the balance, and then he just goes back and the two of them are all lovey-dovey. And I cannot finish this review without saying, Michael C. Hall is an excellent actor, and he plays the role so damn well. This has been true in every single season of Dexter, the great ones and the bad ones. This one just so happened to be a great season of Dexter, and the overall good story writing enabled him to shine brightly. At this point, it may be easy to take his performance for granted, but he is still so terrific in the role. He deserves credit for a wonderful performance, and I, for one, am fired up for more Dexter Resurrection because of him. Especially after the disappointing news that Original Sin got the axe after it had gotten greenlit. And even there, it's worth noting that part of the reason Original Sin worked so well was because of the impeccable narration from Hall. Where do we go from here? Obviously, Dexter is gonna hunt down Al now that he has that new detailed file. Quasimodo could predict that one. Then Rockstar Claudette and New York's Finest have an awful lot of information gathering, both in regards to Batista's demise, and also stuff on the New York Ripper and all the other stuff in Prater's trophy collection, minus the original Old Blood Slide collection that Dexter had lost all the way back in Season 2. And while I was hoping for more Prater, in large part because the torch was so perfectly passed from Batista to Prater, it feels like Quinn might be the character who will soon be on Dexter's trail. And it would be awfully nice if Quinn would perhaps even team up with Chief Angela Bishop. I suspect that Leon Prater's demise will have lasting consequences in the story to the same type of degree Trinity had, where even after his death, his actions continued to impact the living. At the end of the day, Dexter Resurrection was the best Dexter season since the 4th, and I'm looking forward to more. Now that Dexter got himself a slew of new files, vetting future victims will be a far less strenuous process, at least for the short term. Perhaps Dexter and Harrison can get themselves an RV and go on a cross-country trip. Dexter can eliminate Al and others, and hell, if they're feeling ambitious, they can even start cooking some meth during their travels. Whatever they do, I hope they maintain the level of quality from Dexter Resurrection, because I thought it was damn good. What did you think of the finale? And what did you think of the season as a whole? Please share your thoughts in the comments section. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed, and have a wonderful night.
I'm Dexter Morgan. I'm exactly who I need to be. Exactly who you want me to be.